Hello everyone, and welcome to another Studio Rumble Overwatch game. I am your host for this evening, Gabby Rainbow Pie Gibson, and tonight we are in the 5th week of the Overwatch tournament, and that means we will be playing on Hanamura. Studio Rumble, super awesome organization, brings together individuals from game development companies across the country to play Overwatch, to have some good times, play, have fun. It's what it's all about. And that's what the individuals, here playing tonight are for. That's what they're interested in. And, what a better time than to have your game shoutcasted by some crazy chick behind the microphone. So our two teams for tonight, we have the Digital Funk Machine versus the Treinhardts. So Digital Funk Machine are individuals who are working at the Cloud Imperium games. And then Treinhardts are coming at us from War Gaming Seattle. So we are currently sitting in the lobby waiting for a few more people to join up before we get into the game. We saw a game earlier this evening, Hanamura. And a lot of it is that first choke point, that first gate can be absolutely brutal to break through. It's one of the most condensed choke points that you'll see in the game. You're focusing pretty much the entire offensive team has to go through that one point. There's a couple of characters who can take some up and over type routes, or up through the window, or Farah can go through some of the windows that you have up top. But for the most part, it's going to be about who can bust through that opening. Various compositions that we've seen being able to play around with that. You want something that can deal with a lot of damage. On the defensive side, you expect to have the team fairly well spread out. There's a lot of different good points that can cover that location. Where the enemy's going to be coming into. So you kind of have a Pharah on one side, a Junkrat on the other, Bastion in the middle. And so trying to push through, you want to have some people that can deal with that. You want to have some flanking threat. Maybe it's a Tracer, Genji, or Winston that can jump in and start disrupting the back lines. Or, maybe as you're trying to push through, you got that Reinhardt shield and you're, got a Hanzo or Widowmaker trying to snipe people off with the few brief seconds that you'll be able to be safe behind the corner. Maybe it's a Roadhog trying to pull someone in. But, as the offense here, you're looking to pick off people to break down those defenses, because that defense will be spread. And by the nature of the choke point, the defense is looking to, play that AoE game, lob stuff onto the point or onto the gate. We've also seen, since there is that really long walk from the defensive spawn up to that point, we'll see a lot of stuff like Symmetra, Mercies on defense to bring people back quicker. Otherwise, it's a good long walk. I think it's like a 20-second walk after, I believe it's like 15 seconds respawn. So take someone out on defense. It'll be a while before they get back, unless the Symmetra's got her turret up. So defense, you want to play that caution. On the offense, you have a little bit, less time to get back to it, but it's still a decent walk from the spawn, mostly because you don't really want to be defending forward. Sure, you can. But because of that long walk and the short walk that the offense has on that first point, especially with all of the different routes through that first area, you pretty much always want to be defending at the backside of the gate on the point. Choke point's incredibly powerful tool as defense, because that's where they're going to have to be funneling through, and that's where you can rain your justice from above, or have a nice Death Blossom, get some die going. All of these great AoE techniques that, once you can get into place, you can drop that on them. One of the other points that you can do as the defense is there is that little bit of a window right above there. Sometimes you'll have the offensive snipers. They can take roosts up there because most people will be looking at the ground. We do have 3D space to work in, so it's always useful to be aware of your surroundings as you're both pushing in and as you're defending. Be aware of where the enemies have gotten set up. Be aware of what they're wanting to do. Adapt to their strategy. If they're spread out, grab pick. Grab a roadhog or a sniper. Smack them down. And of course, if they're trying to group up, you see the Lucio, the Reinhardt, and Soldier 76. Be like, yeah, they're probably going to be grouping up here pretty shortly. Those characters really like to do that, so maybe switch around the team composition to have like the Zaryas, the Pharahs. I mean, Pharah is of course a staple. It's pretty common to see her on both sides. Her knockback can be incredibly effective for denying people getting onto the point, or for splitting out teams, making one person more accessible. It can be really good against Treinhardts, which are pretty common in the meta, for knocking them up into the air, giving the rest of your team some room to fire down on those who are sitting in the back line. And then do some damage. So we're just waiting for one more person before we get this game going. And we can see how each of these teams decide to try and break that gate. That is the big part of this map. How you want to approach that as the offense. The defense will be pretty consistent, but on the offense, how you want to send people through, how you want to get your flankers into position, how you want to control a lot of that, because you will have, I guarantee it, a lot of fire, suppressive fire, raining down on that gate. And that can be rough to break. But if you do break it, it takes one good push. As the offense, once you start getting up those pips, you've got that progress locked in. You're not falling back. And both teams, occasionally one will wipe the other. And if it's the offense that wipes, they're on the point. If the defense wipes, they just bought a little more time. It just takes one good push to break them off. So if the offense can get that early, be really good for getting that point going. If the defense gets a good break, though, they just, they get the reward for success. Congratulations, you've succeeded. Now do it again, and again, and again, and again. So we'll see how this works out. Should be fun. If nothing else, because there is that choke point, it makes it easier to watch the vast majority of the action, because it's all focused, it's all funneled through to that one place. So get to see how each of these teams do adapt to it. So that'll be fun. The other thing is, like, as the offense, once you can get that break, you can do a lot for getting someone in the back line, delaying the defense from getting back there. Get a Tracer, get a Winston in the back lines, which can cause some problems. We'll see. We will see. So jumping back to some other characters that I think are personally really fun on this map. Mei is one of my favorite characters to play here. She's not commonly seen on this map, but she has some really interesting interactions here that I think makes it worth calling out while we are still on Hanamura. So on the first point, the Mei wall takes up the entirety of that gate. And what can be hilarious when you're trolling around with friends, we're not going to see it here tonight, but you have two Meis, and you just keep cycling the walls, and it is complete denial for the offense trying to push in. They have to bust it down, and that's even more of a funnel choke point. And then, of course, they start going up to the side, but then you have the rest of your team there to take them all down. But we're not likely to see that tonight, but it is hilarious. Would highly recommend you try it in your for funsies plays. But still, single Mei on that first point can work out well there. Her alternate fire has a lot of damage. There's some of the good sight lines that you can use for popping that. And then on the second point, she is also really strong because, you know, the wall can block off that front point. She can also use it for getting up onto the upper levels and can provide some of the flanking threat. And with a lot of those corners, you know, she can get up really close to start the freeze. Or start the freeze. Alright, looks like we just got our last person, so you don't have to listen to me rambling about amazing plays anymore. Unless by some miracle we get her picked into the game. Alright, so we are on Hanamura. This is going to be Digital Funk Machine versus the Treinhardts. They are going to be trying hard to take this. So Digital Funk Machine will be on the offense for the first half. Then Treinhardts will have their own shot on it. So, who's that going to be? This time for the Digital Funk Machine, we've got Echo, Genetics, Dr. Love, Xylo, and Maserati. On the defense for the Treinhardts, we've got Zaitlos, Jr., Agamemnon, Sarcasm, Killy, and Eshwin. Oh no, we've had a client crash. I might be going back to the lobby again. Oh no, Hanamura is just not our map for this. Well, we'll see if he can get back into time since he is on the defense. He will. Doesn't have that much setup that needs to happen, you know. In the offense room, it's all about destroying as many arcade machines as possible. Okay, looks like they are back. So let's talk about compositions. On the defense, we have Widowmaker, Soldier, Reinhardt, Zarya, Junkrat, and Mercy. So it looks like they are going to be going for a lot of that splitting out. Double tanks, single healer. Soldier, Widowmaker really good at, you know, especially when they know where people are coming from. Looks like Zaitlos is going to be going in, try and get a little bit of damage out early. Gets the headshot onto Reinhardt, but Reinhardt with that massive amount of HP is going to just be able to come back. Oh, takes Echo down to a sliver, trying to find the last hit. There it is. Widowmaker doing a good job of getting that finish off, but Maserati going off onto the side. Looking to get a little bit of that flank action going. Zaitlos getting another one in the meantime. Maserati gets picked up by the charm and getting a little bit of damage down onto the Soldier 6, trying to get onto the point, and Junior takes him out. So we're back on to reset, looking at the point. Echo trumming in from the side, trying to get a little bit of rockets down. Widowmaker trying to launch some suppressive fire, but Echo managed to getting out onto the side. Junior taking out the offensive Roadhog. Roadhog back to spawn's gonna have to walk all the way back. So Reinhardt really works well here, especially for any of these places where you're trying to poke out, you know, provides that baseline for the rest of your team, you know, but of course you want to be waiting for your team to be in there. Got the Lucio ultimate charged up on the offense. That slow healing coming out off to the side. Maserati tries to go in for the flank again, but Junior doing a good job of clean sweeping that up. Continued poke from both sides. Good use of the Soldier healing biotic field. Break it down, coming in. We've got Junkrat ultimate. Gets sniped out by the Widowmaker. Good, clears out from the defense there. That is 4 people down from the offense, 5 people down. It's just the Roadhog on the point, but with the contest, it's not getting anything picked up and gets cleaned up pretty quickly. So, job well done by the defense. That means they got to do it again. 3 minutes remaining on the clock, so we still have a few good more pushes coming in. Zaitlos, though, trying to get a little more poke up forward. Gets bounced off by some of the rockets. Maserati going in for another flank. Not having too much success with that, though. But Dr. Lev jams in onto the point, gets caught out. Xylo, though, managed to launch some good bombs, gets 2, 3 down. And then with 2 remaining up for the offense, is Xylo trying to get some good damage onto the point while Maserati's getting some flanking and trading 1 for 1. It's Sarcasm versus Maserati. Maserati not having much health left. Tries to go bounce around. Go for the heal. Sarcasm at full health. Trying to launch that around. But because of those additional like time distances, you know, the offense has made it back here first. They're getting back up onto the point. Sarcasm's all alone. Just a few more seconds. Killy with the Junkrat ultimate coming in. Manages to get a one. Two more people go down, brought back up. Mercy with the ultimate, bringing people back onto the point. Junior launching in, getting some good kills down without the ultimate underscore sitting on the point. But a single pip was achieved by the offense, so we got to do it just a little bit more. Maserati trying to get a little bit of poke off onto the side. We've got Agamemnon now reset back up. Maserati will be causing a little bit of some chaos back here. So here's trying to get a little bit of poke down onto the Widow. Going in for a little bit of point on the tap. The flanks has been called out. Both teams trying to move in. Good! Zarya ultimate's preventing them from moving in anymore. And with the shield brought up, Agamemnon goes, nope, we're getting that out of the way. We're clearing up for the rest of the team. Maserati manages to pick up the Zarya. We're onto the point. Second pip has been achieved. It's just Agamemnon on the defense, and now he's gone down. It's starting to tick back up with just Xyla in there. Mercy's bringing him back up. Xyla is doing all he can, but he's getting bounced around off to the side. Launches some of those grenades. Gets the Mercy before getting taken out. Dr. Lev coming in. Slams Agamemnon against the wall, but Agamemnon slamming back, slamming harder. Dr. Lev is down. Tactical Visor coming out for Soldier, but he doesn't manage to pick up one up. Killy, though, does manage to finish off the Roadhog there. 30 seconds remaining. We only got one solid push left, so a little surprised to see the offense is coming in piecemeal here. Phase 2 die, that's going to be a distinct disadvantage for this last push. Echo's trying to come around from the backside. Junior getting that damage buff from the Mercy. Echo trying to get a little bit of damage around onto the side, but does get taken out. Killy, though, picks up 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, man, there's a lot of deaths coming in for the offense there. Just 2 remaining up, and they're not even close. And this overtime is going to be ticking out. Agamemnon going, no, I'm not even going to let you charge in onto it. You're not keeping that overtime going. Team 1's going to be taking this. That is the Treinhardts with the solid defense for the first half of the map. Play of the game going over to Agamemnon as Reinhardt. Bringing the hammer down onto a bunch of them there. I believe that's 4. Slamming them out to the side. Getting good damage down. Not able to get the killing blows, but that's a lot of damage. And that is a great play. You know, that kind of CC. That's what holds points. That is what holds points. Alright, so we now have the back half of the map. So, Treinhardts will now be taking the offense. Seeing if they can do a better job than the Digital Funk Machine. That is a really fun name. You know, if nothing else, you won the names. Although Treinhardts is pretty awesome too. You know, good play being in the Tryhard division in Reinhardt. Love a good pun. It's super fun.
Prepare to attack.
All right, so both teams gonna be picking out what they want to do. So it looks like the defense has made their decisions. We've got Reinhardt, Symmetra, Lucio, May! It's amazing. Torbjorn and Junkrat. I'm sorry, I really like May. She's fun. Yes, I am one of those evil, evil people. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Alright, and then on the offense, we've got Diva, Pharah, an offensive Widowmaker, Lucio, Zarya, and Reinhardt. So, again, we've got that double tank, single support composition coming out from the offense. Defense has gone for a bit more of a static emplacement sort of thing here, which is unfortunate for them because they're going up against a Widowmaker. Widowmaker excels against taking out those Torbjorn turrets. Has a little more trouble with the Symmetra because normally with the short range of those, you're putting those behind things. But Diva works really well for that. The shotgun, any shotgun-like effect, you know, means that you don't have to aim as much. You know, Winston, of course, is the best at taking those out because the Tesla cannon just arcs all over the place. But still, so defense might already be counterpicked here a little bit. So let's see where all of this going out. We do have the turret good positioning right here. It covers both the main gate and the side gate. However, with the Reinhardt, if he can draw the attention of that, that will let, you know, Pharah or D.Va coming in from the side play that flanking type tank. Junkrat launching a little bit off to the side, and both teams starting to move into position. Pharah has scouted out the turrets. They now know where it is. Widowmaker, like I said, good at taking out those turrets at long range. Finds where it is as soon as it's known. Drops it. Drops the Mei, too. D.Va is now onto the point. We've got the turret found out. Again. It's exposed, though, so that Pharah is able to take it out. Zeitlos using good use of those sight lines. A lot of the aggression coming in from the rest of the offense, making so that she doesn't have much pressure on her, and she's just able to start lobbing those out. We've got 4 people on the point, 5 people on the point. It's starting to cap up. Junkrat not quite in position there to stop it out. Decides staying for the Widowmaker, so 5 people on the point. Agamemnon slamming into Echo. And very quick cap means that the Treinhardts will be taking the match. We'll see if they take the game, too, if it's a 2-0 or 2-1. Looks like the will has been broken. They've been shattered by that crushingly good offensive playthrough. Looks like this one is going to be pretty one-sided. We are on to the second point. Agamemnon slams into the icicle, quickly taking her down. Now 4 people on the point, and Digital Funk Machine is accepting defeat here. Oh no, underscore trying to come back in, decide, no, I'm not quite done yet. Lucio ulting, getting a lot of the shields. They're pushing him back off. Zeitlos Jr. all alone up on that terrace there. Zeitlos moving up onto the upside, and Torbjorn with the kills. 1 pip was achieved, though, so 8 minutes. Agamemnon slamming down the Riptire. We'll see how both of these... Oh, Zarya! Big ultimate, but the Reinhardt shield's going to block a lot of the damage that would be coming out from that. And Agamemnon getting dropped by the Junkrat. So I like that positioning there of Zeitlos. You know, up onto the side, gives good sight lines over to here, taking down the turret. Now Pharah's going to be using the flanking, so that flanking position can be really strong, especially as Pharah. We'll see if Tracer does manage to get the defend. And looks like they are able to start getting their defenses into place. Offense isn't quite able to coordinate, which is one of the things that you'd really want to see here, is breaking through this point as the offense. You have a lot of routes of attack. It's not like that first point where you're trying to break through the gate. You know, this is a point where, as offense, you get to decide how you're pushing through. But on the downside, the walk back to the point for the defense is much shorter. So you can't just take them down piecemeal. You got to take them down all at once, because as long as one person's on the point, they're defending it. Zeitlos doing some great work, sniping down from the side. But now we've got Mei coming in, catching onto her. Mei great at using some of those corners, but doesn't work when Widowmaker can just use that grappling hook, get way out of the range. Junior lobbing some damage down. Torbjorn should have just accepted justice from above. Gets the Reinhardt, so lots down for the defense. That's 5 down. It's just the Tracer up. She's trying to get some of the delays going on, but it's not enough. Can't stay on the point long enough. And Team 2 wins. That's the Treinhardts. They take it in a 2-0. They tried hard and they got it. Alright, play the game's going over to Junior on Pharah. Looks like this is going to be that last bit. Gets both the turret, gets the Torbjorn. About to be jumping in here with the ultimate. Oh, but before that, finishes off the Lucio. Goes out onto the Reinhardt. He didn't even know what hit him. Triple kill plus the turret for Junior. Means they will solidly secure that game with justice from above. Alright, thank you for tuning in this evening. This has been a Studio Rumble Overwatch game, Week 5, Hanamura, 2-0, Treinhardts over Digital Funk Machine, this is Gabby Rainbow Pie Gibson, signing off.